That's for Ilya Bryzgalov. There's the crew that will handle the Battle of Alberta. Chapter 4. With Edmonton having won 2 of the first 3 in the game from Edmonton is underway. TJ Brodie back out the starting lineup as the puck was dropped. The Flames already changing lines, so the match game begins. Jeff Petrie back to the puck. His partners Martin Marincin, Boyd Gordon's line, the third line for Edmonton on the ice. There's Marincin with the aforementioned Jesse Joensuu up front with Matt Hendricks on the left wing, and the puck is out of play, stopping play. So already we see some matching going on, and a third line change already for Bob Hartley. Does that job very well. Bob Hartley has shuffled his lines after a 2-0 loss to Los Angeles. And Joensuu up front with Matt Hendricks on the left wing, and the puck is out of play, stopping play. So already we see some matching going on, and a third line change already for Bob Hartley.
So we're expecting a little bit of fireworks, weren't we, Jim, with Gatzek at some point with Kevin Westgarth? You know, Westgarth, of course, knows his role and fulfills that job very well. Fireworks, weren't we, Jim, with Gatzek at some point with Kevin Westgarth? You know, Westgarth, of course, knows his role and fulfills that job very well.
Bob Hartley has shuffled his lines after a 2-0 loss to Los Angeles, and back to the more veteran center, Matt Stajan and David Jones on this line that's in the attacking zone. David Perron moves the puck to Jordan Eberle to Sam Gagner. Pass was behind him. Justin Schultz on defense with Nick Schultz. Took his leg. Hopkins is on the off. Is out of the lineup tonight. So they've altered the first 2 lines for Edmonton. Into the attacking zone, the Flames. Yuri Hudler. Michael Backlund in the middle. TJ Galliardi is the left winger on this line, and Backlund has the puck. His shot was blocked by his own teammate. And Elish Hemsky moves the puck out to center, and they all fall down. Chris Russell gets the puck. A pass that missed Backlund goes to the other side. Marincin coughed the puck up. Galliardi stopped by Ilya Bryzgalov on a turnover. From the blue line, Chris Butler. He just about had the puck taken away by Taylor Hall, who had to discard his stick that exploded. And Jeff Petrie's back for the puck for Edmonton. He gave the puck away behind the net to Marcus Grant. He's number 60 in his second NHL game. Sean Monahan in the middle. Joe Colburn is the other winger on a very young line with Colburn at 22, the eldest of the 3 playing together tonight. Monahan lost the puck. Here comes Ryan Smith. Drops it off. Luke Gazdic with a shot. And Barra makes the save as he got bumped by Ryan Smith. This might be really exciting tonight, Kelly, if both teams give the puck away as much as they have in the first 2 minutes.
Well, that's been the problem with the Edmonton Oilers most of the season, hasn't it? It's been a different cast of characters every night, so we'll have to watch that.
More turnovers in a bakery in the first 2 minutes and 15 seconds. David Perron with an outlet. Sam Gagner to Jordan Eberle. And they attack the blue line, dump the puck in. Butler and Russell are the defensemen out against this line. Here's the 4th line trying to move out for Calgary. Westgarth into the middle. Paul Byron has some speed. Dropped the puck off. Boma gets it back after losing it. Moves to the front of the net. Byron has an open net. Bryzgalov sprawling. Didn't even have to make a save. What a wonderful opportunity for Calgary. They couldn't get the first goal. Eberle back the other way. And he forces Reto Berra to make a catch and stop play.
Platform. With a strong move from the corner. Takes it right to the front of the net. Now Byron's right in front. I guess it just didn't lay flat for him.
Pretty nice save by Andrew Ferentz.
The Oilers are spending too much time in their own offensive weapon.
Get a little better to some old habits. 7-0. Lost their last game 3-0. Minnesota from behind the net, a wraparound attempt and a shot by Boyd Gordon went through that crowd and out the other side. Here's Matt Hendricks, hard-working winger on this third line that's starting to look pretty good as a third line. Jesse Joensuu fits the mold there, and he's back in the lineup after being a healthy scratch. Good work by Hendricks, and he just about set up Joensuu, but the puck came out over the blue line. It's a delayed offside as Calgary on the line change gets out to center. Camilleri couldn't handle the puck at center. He wants to get off.
We've talked about Matt Hendricks. Jim, you never have to worry about his work ethic. He brings it every shift.
TJ Galliardi heading to the front of the net. Giordano tried to get him. The puck went off the skate. Back the other way. Here's Hall. He's got an outlet. Hemsky stopped by Berra. What a wonderful aggressive save. And back the other way we go in a trap meet. Off the wing, Gagliardi. Slips the check at Petrie. Backlund to Yuri Hudler. Feeds the point. Chris Russell. No shot. Now he puts it to the front of the net. And that's knocked away by Jeff Petrie. He's told to wheel, and he does just that. Here's a pass to Taylor Hall. Back for Petrie, who've down to the front of the net. And he tipped the puck wide of the goal. Wide open here, end to end. A fast-paced Edmonton-Calgary game. Ryan Jones on the fourth line for Edmonton coming on. Ryan Smith on the inboards. Luke Gazdic goes to the front of the net. Jones hustles to his off wing. Tried to get the puck. Russell, though, was able to move it out for Calgary. Gagliardi with the shoot-in that ends his shift. Andrew Ferris. Smith just recovered so that puck wasn't taken away by Sean Monahan. Gazdic with the shoot-in. Chris Butler is back. Up the boards, not out. Puck's held in by Mark Fraser in his 5th game. Wearing number 5 as an Oiler. There's with Andrew Ferris, the Oiler captain. The game slows just a little bit as the Oilers dump the puck in and get a change 5 minutes in.
But you're right, much better pace than the first game. These two teams played on Thursday in their first game back from the Olympic break.
There was a lot of that going on around the league, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Through the middle, Justin Schultz has a look to the front of the net. Has Perron there. He couldn't get the shot. Eberle just about buried that behind Berra. Jordan Eberle again. Quick shot by Nick Schultz off the side of the net. Schultz again. Just holds the puck in. Perron jumping to the front of the net was Justin Schultz. The pass for Eberle. He got a stick in the face undetected by the referee. I think it was a stick, not the puck. Chris Russell starts the Calgary breakup. Van Stagen to Michael Camilleri down the wing. Forced to turn by Uenso. Into the middle to Russell.
A good chance. By the Edmonton
Oilers Scala, who stops play after making the save.
It's a pretty good chance.
I think it was a stick, not the puck.
36 volume.
Chris Russell starts the Calgary breakup. Van Stagen to Michael Camilleri down the wing. Forced to turn by Uenso. Into the middle to Russell. And he's stopped by Briscola, who stops play after making the save.
Some pretty good chances by the Edmonton Oilers in the flame zone. Bory Gordon with the first really good chance. Tough angle. Watch it hits a far post. Gets behind Berra. Calgary jumping their defense, and because of that, there have been a number of odd man rushes. Here's a real good chance by Hemsky. He's put that. Gets behind Berra. Calgary jumping their defense, and because of that, there have been a number of odd man rushes. Here's a real good chance by Hemsky. He's playing with some world-class players. And so, chance by Hemsky. He's playing with some world-class players. And so, world-class players mean you're going to get world-class chances.
15 volume.
And everyone wonders if it's Salashevsky's last game today or last couple of games as an Edmonton Oiler coming to leaving.
Well, the Oilers are missing one of those picks. I'm sure that they would. I think a lot depends on when other big pieces get moved. Bigger pieces get moved, or they're stalled to move bigger pieces. He becomes a B prospect player. It's hard for me to say that because he has great numbers, but as it sits now, he's not one of the first calls to make.
He's on the ice right now with Taylor Hall, Ryan Nugent Hopkins, and what should be a great line. He's back playing his familiar right side. Ferris gave the puck away to the point. There's a shot that Brizgalov had to be sharp on. It was tipped by Hudler in front of the net. Hemsky to Hall, and the Oilers are out. He's got Nugent Hopkins trailing. The pass was an errant one. Hopkins gets the puck deep. TJ Brody to TJ Gagliardi. And the Flames get to center no further. Hemsky back in the other way. There's a drop pass. Hopkins with a shot. Nugent Hopkins had his blocked by TJ Brody. Nick Schultz at center. And Nugent Hopkins back in. His pass just missed Jordan Eberle in the midst of a change. Camilleri back the other way. Wonder if this is one of his last games. Here's Matt Stajan with a shot. Here's Galloff with the save. Last game was a Flame, that is. There's been some talk that he might re-sign. Probably more likely that he's headed elsewhere.
He sure was in a good mood this morning, wasn't he? Talking about his golf game during the Olympic break for him to let.
Let's not to like about being a National Hockey League player?
Playing golf in Phoenix during a short break. I think I could accept that.
Chris Russell gets to center. Puck stumped in by Calgary. Mark Marincin shows some real promise in the Edmonton defense. Ryan Jones. It's been a 4-line game for both teams. They've rolled through their lines here quickly. Marcus Grant, just 20 years old. Almost a point of view in the American Hockey League in Abbotsford. He's a real interesting prospect. And there's Weidman got knocked down and charged. And the defenseman is way behind the play as the puck comes to the net. Gazdic with his shot. Gazdic put it over top of the net. Might have been deflected and the puck bounces to Roy. And hockey, how did we help somebody in the...
He looked at it.
Yeah, but he had a good tournament, didn't he?
Have you been drinking, Friedman?
He's back playing in Kazakhstan, but he had a good tournament, didn't he?
He did. The whole team. What a wonderful story.
Yeah. And a pretty good one unfolding here, too, in a fast-paced first period between Calgary and Edmonton. Here's David Jones right up the middle. Matt Stajan tried to relay the puck for Camilleri, and it was deflected.
Good scoring passes to
Lecture from, so after that, they had a long, hard practice yesterday, little team meeting, and a lecture from the coach, and we'll see if they're better tonight. Joensu with a centering pass. Dennis Weidman threw the puck to the point, kept in by Justin Schultz. Joensu cycles back in. Hendricks to Gordon. And he'll cycle back to Joensu. No fancy passing on this line. They're doing just what you'd expect from a hard-working third line. And now out to center, TJ Cagliardi has Yuri Hudler. Backlund coming up late. Cagliardi shoots it. Brizgalov closed off the short side. Joensu gets to the puck, but he missed it. And it stays in Calgary's attacking zone. Nick Schultz, he too an unrestricted free agent that might be thinking about
Dallas. I get that, but surely you can dominate Minnesota and you can dominate Calgary.
Monahan with a shot up high, and he just missed the net. Monahan, Joe Colburn is forward line for Calgary. Colburn chased by Jeff Petrie to the side of the net. A bouncing puck. Monahan scores! Chased by Jeff Petrie to the side of the net. A bouncing puck. Monahan scores! This new look kid line pays dividends early. And Sean Monahan at 19 years old has the game's first goal. It's 1-0 Calgary.
Early in this season, watch Joe Colburn and just the way he worked down low in the corners. Kind of like Patrick Marleau and Joe Thornton in San Jose. And this has been a real improvement in his game. Gets a puck to the front of the net. Then it's Monahan and Jose. And this has been a real improvement in his game. Gets a puck to the front of the net. Then it's Monahan after that getting his 17th goal in this season.
A lot of good play here defensively, except at the very end with Taylor Hall. I mean, he is left checking the left post. And that just can't happen. There's one dangerous man. We're going to have two dangerous guys in a second.
To the Battle of Alberta, and it's Luke Gazdic and Kevin Westgard. He's fairly new to the battle. Kevin Westgard just camped out for.
And likes to send his job, Gazdic. The moment he arrived, told the second
said Kevin Westgard has fought a couple Gazdic.
And we're going to have kids like this.
Luke Gazdic went scary business. Big fight between Gazdic and Westgard.
And he knows his job, Gazdic. The moment he arrived here with the Edmonton Oilers, he likes to send messages, and he doesn't need to be told a second time what his role is on the team. And this is not the pretty side of a fight, that's for sure. And we sure hope Westgarth is okay.
He was in big trouble being helped off the ice. Gazdic is one tough customer, and he can play too.
And it looked as though after that blow to the face of Westgarth that he looked hurt himself, shocked that was the result of that fight.
Well, you know the players in peril when the dressing room, you go off the Zamboni door. That's the closest way to get to the Calgary dressing room. He went off between the benches with me. And here's the other night. This is Luke Gazdic against Clayton Stoner. And he tuned him in the other night. And for good reason, the Edmonton Oilers have begun contract talks with Gazdic because they know what kind of player he is. One of those few players, guys, played with a club, finished his entry-level deal. Typically, you're gone from your club after that. No, he resigned. That's the kind of character guy that he is. Forever played with a club, finished his entry-level deal. Typically, you're gone from your club after that. No, he resigned. That's the kind of character guy that he is for every club's life.
Fight was on the drop of the puck after the goal by Monahan from Colburn and Giordano at 10:15. Here come the Oilers back the other way, and Nugent Hopkins was rigged right into the net by David Jones and company.
At 10:16.
Sure, energy period here by the Edmonton Oilers, and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, knowing that he didn't play all that well in the first game along with his other teammates, going hard to the front of the net. Bit of a collision there, but look at it from the LASIK MD net cam. So lots of traffic going in front of the Calgary net so far in this first period.
Both of these teams were shut out for the 8th time this season in their last game. Calgary worked hard, felt they deserved a little better. They just didn't score. Oilers didn't feel very good about their game at all. And they're playing like they're feeling a little guilty tonight. And you always expect the Flames under Bob Hartley this season to work hard, and they've started that way as well.
They're such good morning skates, don't they, the Calgary Flames? It's like a little hockey school out there, and everybody's got different drills, and looks like it's a well-coordinated practice.
Oilers, on the other hand, had an optional this morning. It was very optional.
Yep.
Taylor Hall centering pass. Nick Schultz. Puck is loose behind Berra and found on the goal line just in the nick of time. It had leaked through, and Nick Schultz might have thought he tied this up. Michael Backlund back the other way in front of the net. Couldn't have missed the pass, or he might have had a tap into the side of the goal. A centering pass is deflected to the blue line. Mark Giordano to the net. Brizgalov gives up a big rebound. Backlund shot. That's stopped by Brizgalov, who recovered and stops.
But you don't see Justin Schultz with a good chance. Barrow with the save. Well, this time it's Nick Schultz, which you don't see too often coming in from point position. Puck just sneaking behind Berra.
A real sharp play by Taylor Hall. Most players would have jammed that puck to the front of the net. Hall throws it back to the point. So the Oilers, like Calgary, taking advantage of very active defense.
That was Mark Giordano that just saved the day there and knocked that puck off the goal line. Here's the line that scored the goal. 19-year-old Sean Monahan on the left wing, 20-year-old Marcus Granlund on the right side, 22-year-old.
Take the Calgary. That's your man. You got to box him better. And it's both good position, but not quite. You got to take your man. You got to box him out, and it's both Hall and Lee
Now, he played in the Olympics for Finland. He'll be a beauty.
Start with Finland, didn't he? And I know living in the city of Calgary, the Calgary Flames players were raving about Marcus and his obvious skill level.
Get a chance to play as a centerman playing the left wing tonight. And it's the Oilers on the attack right now. The third line is out. Jordan Eberle at the end of his shift. Jeff Petrie walks in. Backhand shot off the stick wide of the net. Off the board, Sam Gagne into a crowd in front of the net, tipped into the corner. In comes the defenseman Petrie to keep this play alive. Oilers are changing and keeping the pressure on. The third line getting on here is Petrie from the blue line. On the other side, Mark Fraser. He was checking the puck knocked out to center by TJ Galliard. Calgary's changing. In comes Boyd Gordon with a shot, and Reto Berra makes the save with traffic coming to the net. And he holds on. Save. Calgary coming to the net. And he holds on. And a little rodeo going on in front of Berra. Will appeal to a mass market and become a President's Choice product. Watch an all-new Recipe to Riches Wednesday night at 9 on CBC TV.
I get the feeling that every shot that's thrown at the net, it is get on top of this goaltender.
Yeah.
2 shifts in a row where all the scrub is around Berra.
Looks like the strategy at both ends, doesn't it?
Around the league.
Oilers get the draw. Boyd Gordon, the best face-off man in this game, and he's out in front of the net. David Jones, what a move. He's on his own, and he's stopped by Brizgalov. Nice blocker save. And great evasive move by David Jones. Here's Mike Camilleri. Quick shot by Stajan, and Bryzgalov looked pretty casual, and the puck was... Here's Dennis Wiseman. Walks in, fires up high with all sorts of players in front of the net. Matty Schmid, former Oiler, kept the puck in for Hooker. Now he pokes it into the corner. And Boyd Gordon is there and moves the puck out to center. Gordon was on for the faceoff. He's scrambling to the bench. Takes a lot of faceoffs because he's clearly the best on the Oilers. Mara set up the puck, but then he had to go back and get it. He wanted to play defense. Nobody was there to help. Arinson with a shot that goes wide of the net. Petrie, he's been jumping into the play, and now he better get back. TJ Cagliardi. Michael Backlund drives the middle. Up comes Wideman. And the puck dribbles wide of the net. No danger there. Ryan Jones got hurt. He was doubled over there for a second, and now he wants to get off. Something happened behind the net. Here's Taylor Hall. Passes off. Everly back for Hall. One pass too many. Puck was tipped away from the goal. Another defenseman in deep. Andrew Ference. And Giordano got the puck, and he moved it out in a hurry for Calgary. Colburn stops up, beats Giordano, takes the shot that was blocked by a sliding defender. And the Oilers get back to center, but there's Giordano to get the puck again and move it back in for Calgary, and then he heads for the bench on a change.
You're right, though, Jim. The Oilers are sure sending defensemen into the Flame zone, aren't they?
Active defenseman in off the blue line, and Petrie's been leading the way there more than any of the others. Mark Fraser's back to the puck. David Perron to center. Hemsky can't get a hold of the puck. It was poked away from him by Chris Russell. That's Bowman. Run into by Ference. Chris Butler. The center of David Jones is weak wide pass. Intended for Bowman is intercepted. The Oilers have the puck again. Justin Schultz. Can't get by center. Here's Stajan. He's got Camilleri with him. Couldn't get him the puck. Good recovery by Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Hall off the wing, looking pass all the way. Drops the puck off into the middle of the ice. Justin Schultz with a shot. Double clutched. He couldn't get the shot away. It was blocked by the time he did. Hall out of the corner. In comes Nick Schultz for the front of the net, and the pass to him for the back door was intercepted. And Russell gets back to center and dumps the puck in for Calgary. Record pace in the game. There's only 4 minutes left in a fast-paced first period. The only goal scored by Sean Monahan is 17th of the season. And here he comes onto the ice again with Marcus Granlund and Joe Coleman. All three young centers, two of them playing the wing.
Colbert did play wing in university, though.
Here's Marinson in off the blue line. Puck in Colburn. He engineered that first goal before Monahan scored it. Now he's taken down to the ice. Joensuu. Puck bounced and it almost took a good Calgary bounce to the slot. There's Matt Hendricks to center. Dumps the puck in, and now he'll go after Dennis Wideman. Goaltender Barra saved his D-man a hit there on the boards. Ryan Smith wildly across the ice. Jordan Eberle twisting, turning. Made a play to get him away from Wideman. And then he's checked, lost the puck. And Michael Backlund comes back to center for the Flames. TJ Cagliardi protected the puck and fed Yuri Hudler. Backlund. Checked by Andrew Ference. Mark Fraser got a hold of the puck. Ryan Jones around to the boards, not hard enough. Cagliardi kept the puck in. Slammed to the boards by Fraser. Hudler in front for Backlund. The pass was in his skates. Cagliardi turns and fires, and the puck's up into the netting out of play. 1-0. Flames lead the Oilers. Battle of Alberta, part 4.
Former Oiler Ales Hensky in our Subway Restaurants.
Flames lead the Oilers. Battle of Alberta, part 4.
Former Oiler Ales Hensky in our Subway Restaurants bio. He was one of the better Czech players at the Olympics. 3 goals, 1 assist for his team. And the first question he was asked upon his return, what did he expect to happen at the trade deadline on Wednesday, is, quote, "I'm ready for it. I'm excited." So it seems all but certain that Hensky's playing his last Battle of Alberta, probably his second last game as an Oiler if nothing happens before the Wednesday deadline, Jim.
That's a lot of games, and he put up a lot of points for Edmonton. Why does it seem we always thought there was something more?
Yeah, that's true. It seemed as though every time he played against the Calgary Flames, though, he was awesome. You think of those battles he had with Robin Magier that were legendary. But you're right.
always thought that there was going to be more magic from him.
He was great at the Olympics when the coach finally decided to play him. There's an offside call as Calgary moves in.
I think part of the problem with Alec, very skilled guy, but you can't always stick handle the puck into the net. You've got to have some dynamic to your game, and that would maybe require give and goes, moving the puck. He's certainly got the numbers, but the past couple of years, just not enough dynamic in his game.
Fans recognizing the possibility exists that he won't be here beyond that deadline.
Out on the ice now. Hall and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins head-to-head. Those would be the team's top lines right now. Giordano and TJ Brody playing against the Nugent-Hopkins line. Hall into the feet of Hemsky, and so the Flames have the puck. Giordano up the middle, Matt Stajan with David Jones and Mike Camilleri. The center a tip, and Camilleri couldn't get it, but up comes Giordano! Stopped by Brizgalov! Just about.
All right, Ron, well, the Oilers have a couple of lineups.
He's shocked that he's getting a breakaway off of a set play, but another example of the skilled players for the Oilers. Misses his check.
His eyes lit up.
The puck, and Giordano's hopping in a cab behind him.
His eyes lit up when he saw how much open ice there was, and the puck got by Jeff Petrie.
Well, should we be surprised that he had a breakaway? I'm saying that just because he had a 9-game point scoring streak, though, earlier in the season. So Giordano not only is a great leader and a great warrior, but he certainly has shown an offensive side this year.
But when he watched the Olympics and he knew that he was real close to being on that team, he thought, wow, I'm just about...
Last minute of the play in the first period.
Well, when they named him captain this year, his game went to a brand new level. He's really embraced that role, and he has flourished under Bob Hartley this year.
Joe Colbert trying to get the puck out, didn't. It's kept in. Matt Hendricks, backhander, wide of the net. Lorenzu fighting towards the front of the goal, so is Matt Hendricks, and there's a pile-up in front.
He knows he's a good job.
There was a pretty big goaltender, and he's right on top of you at the blue crease.
Calgary should go after Jay Beagle and put back together. They had a terrific playoff to watch.
Absolutely.
A couple years ago. Justin Schultz and Nick Schultz paired together. You take it, I got it. Nick had to decide at the last second that he was going after the puck, not Justin. A bouncer to TJ Brody. Chased by David Perron. Flushed out quickly. He moves the puck up the middle with a sharp pass. Here's Camilleri into the wing, but he runs out of time. Period's over. The shots were 11-10 for the Flames. Sean Monahan with the only goal. Calgary leads 1-0. Ron and Don after the break on Hockey Night in Canada on CBC.
Westgarth knocked
Don after the break on Hockey Night in Canada on CBC.
Westgarth knocked down by Luke Gazdic in their heavyweight scrap, went immediately to the Flames room with some help. Flames haven't confirmed it yet, but we're safe in saying he will not return tonight. Westgarth took 4 hard shots to the head. Wouldn't be unfair to speculate the cumulative effect of them has him undergoing a concussion protocol. Jim.
Luke Gazdic has quickly established himself as one of the toughest players in the National Hockey League. His first NHL season, so he falls under the mandatory visor rule, has to wear one. He's played 53 NHL games but all this season. So the second period underway here. Calgary down a man. And here comes the top Oiler line. Hemsky, Nugent-Hopkins with a shot. Didn't get to the net. It was blocked by Chris Butler, who got the puck to center for Calgary. Nick Schultz is back. Calgary's changing on the fly. The long change second period. A tip with Miscuensu. And the Flames are back to center. A real helter-skelter first period. Good end-to-end action. A 1-0 lead on the Sean Monahan goal for Calgary. In comes TJ Brody. He's a defenseman in behind the net. Michael Backlund over in the corner in support. Aliardi is filled in for Brody back at the blue line. Aliardi. Yuri Hudler out of the corner. Crafty stick work. TJ Brody couldn't get his shot through, or didn't think he could. So he spun off of Matt Hendricks. Hudler leaves the puck for Michael Backlund. Gagliardi parked in front of the net. TJ Brody into the crowd. Didn't get through the crowd. And the puck is cleared by Boyd Gordon, who actually blocked that shot up high.
Good down low shift by the Calgary Flames there, and that's why they're able to get a couple of chances.
Now this young line of theirs will try and follow it up. Joe Colburn, Marcus Backlund, Cranley, excuse me. There's a quick shot and a save by Reto Berra with a rebound at the side of the net. David Perron cycles back in the corner. Gagne in for Jordan Eberle. And Joe Colburn steps in to help. Marcus Cranley, he had the puck hooked off his stick, and a good defensive play by David Perron. He makes another good play along the boards here and causes trouble for Mark Giordano. There's going to be a penalty on the play. It's going to be Giordano along the boards. That little hold up on David Perron, he held him too long. And he'll get the penalty in the game's first power play. It goes to Edmonton.
David Perron is known as a skilled guy, but he has a lot of strength, and you can see it on this play right here. Giordano also is a big physical play, but you can see that Perron is trying to get a step around Giordano, and Giordano reached in and takes a penalty, holding penalty.
And you know, that was a good shift from Perron all around. Calgary would have been out of their zone had it not been for David Perron.
Absolutely.
Pinned them in their own end. And it forces a penalty. And the first power play of the game as Justin Schultz. He's the lone man up at the blue line. Taylor Hall, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Here's Schultz with a shot just wide of the net. Hall tried to put that in as it came to him off the boards. Hemsky got to the puck. Wouldn't let Boma clear it. Ryan Smith parked in front of the net. Justin Schultz with a shot. Drifted just wide of the net. Back to the point again. Schultz, the only man at the blue line, covers it all. And he's got the range to do that. His power play, since they adjusted to this, hasn't worked really well. Nugent-Hopkins to Justin Schultz on the other side. Hemsky shoots. That's blocked before it got through. Butler doesn't have a stick, so Hall was able to take the puck away to Justin Schultz. He shoots, and that's fearlessly blocked by Boma. Another stick stage and couldn't get the puck up. He gave his stick up to Butler, so he couldn't move the puck through center, and the power play stays in. The penalty killers didn't get a chance to change. Hemsky again, cross ice. Nugent-Hopkins, side of the net. Taylor Hall, Ryan Smith in the crease, tipped the puck wide. What a battle between Smith and Butler. Still staging on the ice without a stick. Taylor Hall off the boards, takes the shot, blocked by Ladislav Schmid. Nugent-Hopkins now. Great pressure by the Oilers, but they haven't been able to put one in, and now Taylor Hall is stopped by Reto Berra, and he finally stops play. A minute and a half in the
That's Calgary shot.
go for on the ice. 17. Through Barrett. Perron can't find the puck. Gagne can't bury it in that pile up in front. Jeff Petrie. Sam Gagne in for David Perron. Puck got away from him. And just as the penalty is about to expire, puck's cleared all the way down the ice by Chris Russell. Numbers back on.
The numbers just don't work out here for Edmonton. The same number of chances on the road as at home, and yet their power play at home is dreadful, or is good, and on the road is dreadful. Yet we would look at their power play and say they aren't getting it done.
They've had a long dry spell, so they dropped a long way in their ranking to 22nd, 4 for their last 39. But that looked pretty good. They came close there. Sean Monahan now into the attacking zone for Calgary. Unscathed after the first penalty, first minor penalty of the game. Boyd Gordon for Matt Hendricks. Right in front of Colbert, just about tripped up and went dangerously into the boards. Good momentum after a power play that just about scored, and the Oilers third line is Calgary in. Boyd Gordon, Jesse Oensu, back to the blue line. Here's Mark Fraser, fakes the shot. It passes to the other side. Marinson with a shot. Look at the crowd in front. There's a block by Dennis Wideman who sends Monahan away. Wideman missed the pass at the blue line. He falls towards the front of the net. Now he's got to get back. The forward, David Jones back. And a bunch of shot in. Edmonton wants to change. Gazdic got to a loose puck. Wideman couldn't clear it. Centering pass for Jones, and it was tipped out to center. Calgary finishes a change. Nick Schultz. Jones had tipped the puck to Giordano's back. Widening up the boards. Gave the puck away. Ryan Smith to the front of the net. Tipped up into the netting by Ryan Jones, and play is stopped. Still 1-0 for Calgary. Tight game in the Battle of Alberta on Hockey Night in Canada on CBC. Rivera saw a pretty dominant Edmonton power play for a couple of minutes, but they couldn't get the puck by him.
They're dominant because they're getting pucks to the front of the net. Now, one thing you know with David Perron standing right in front of the net, I noticed this when he played for St. Louis last year in the playoffs. He is tough in front.
All that power play time, this is the most dangerous chance of the period. Butler almost kicks it in his own net. You talk about players that potentially could be dealt. What about Ryan Smith? Would he be a guy the club could use? Could he be this year's Brendan Morrow? You know, he could play on the second power play for teams. He plays wing, he plays center, kills penalties. A little bit of experience.
38 years old, been around for a while. Wonder if this is his last Battle of Alberta. Here's Taylor Hall up the middle. Stopped by Matt Stajan. Back the other way has David Jones on his right. Camilleri's coming up late on the left. Jones put the puck on goal, and Rizgalov makes the save as we bring in Scotto.
Jim, 24 unrestricted free agents on both sides tonight with the trade deadline Wednesday. Mike Camilleri heads the list for the Flames. Brian Burke's offered him a contract, but he's also listening to offers. There's Hensky and Schultz at the top of the Oilers list. Oilers have their first-round pick, but no second or third-round selections. Craig McTavish says he'd be disappointed to not be picking between the first and fourth rounds of June's draft. So as Glenn was saying earlier, the expectation is a lot of the Oilers' UFAs are in play for draft picks.
So I imagine they'll be busy right up until the deadline, because a lot of the players that they're going to deal will be just before the deadline, I would think.
Things got started pretty interesting yesterday, didn't they, with the Ryan Miller trade?
That's what I mean, though. Those big deals are likely to happen first.
Yep.
And then you start filling in with the guys who can maybe help you out if you think you can take a long run into the playoffs. Really depth on defense, a couple extra forwards.
It's even more important this year than any other year because the season is so compressed. So many teams and players on IR and so many teams that are banged up. You're going to need it down the stretch.
Matt Hendricks got hit here, and there's another Calgary penalty coming up.
Ladislav Schmid went after. He's not sure that he deserves a penalty here. See, going right in. Yeah, he accidentally did hit Hendricks in the face with his stick. He didn't know it at the time. That's why he's arguing, Call, that he thought in just his follow-through that Hendricks clearly got it up near the ear.
And he's lucky in the end that it's just two.
Absolutely.
So the first power play was a good one. They spent all of the time in the attacking zone, but they didn't score. Here's the second of the same group with Justin Schultz out on top. Cross-ice pass. Here's Hemsky. Fakes the shot and then fanned on the pass and gave the puck away, and Lance Boma's able to clear it.
Shoot that puck.
Hemsky again with Nugent Hopkins and Taylor Hall. Ryan Smith gives the puck up and heads for the front of the net. Hemsky for Justin Schultz. Passes to the side of the net. That was tipped away by Mark Giordano. Ryan Smith has to go to work to get the puck back. Hemsky fanned on another pass. Boma gets the puck back, and it's cleared by Calgary. This power play not working quite as well as the last one.
Nope, too fancy. You have two pucks at the net.
Stretch pass offside because the Oilers were changing, and it was Hemsky got caught just inside the blue line.
Well, a lot of times what you do is you lay out your plans with your eyes, and Justin Schultz, you're right, Kelly, gets the puck at the point. Now, he looks, and right away Giordano says, oh, okay, I know where you're looking. You're not looking to shoot. You're looking to go down to the backdoor play, and he picks it off with a real good insight in sense for hockey.
You have to keep the goalie honest, too, right, Glenn? He put pucks in the net, then he can't cheat. He can't look for a pass. He's got to play the shooter and be honest in that sense.
Well, even the power play before, it's good to shoot wrist shots from the point for tips, but it's not good to shoot them 4 feet off the ground for those same tips. Very few players can do that, although we watched Ryan Smith.
Yeah, he was 7 in a row this morning.
Okay, he can do it. One of the few.
This power play can't get into get set up.
That still amazes me, Ryan Smith in practice doing that so effortlessly. It's beautiful.
Flames penalty kill has been perfect in the last 3 games. Looks pretty good this time. Packer got tripped up. And there's less than 30 seconds to go in his power play. The second unit for Edmonton hasn't even been able to set up. The puck that went dangerously through the blue of Rizgalov's crease. Now the power play can't get out of its own zone. And it's hearing it from the fans. No shots. And the power play is over in a second. It's 0 for 2 and 0 for its last 19. And here come the Flames back at 5-on-5. Matt Stajan hits the trailer. Giordano's shot went off a leg just wide of the net. Eberle blocked that inadvertently. Ladislav Schmid back on the ice, dumps the puck in. Both teams change on the fly halfway through the second period. The only goal of the game scored by 19-year-old Sean Monahan in his 17th of the season. Oilers break out to center. Hemsky, Taylor Hall's offside. You know, the point that Glenn was just making about injury around the league and a compressed schedule, and one of the problems is that there have been so many injuries. You know, there's only 123 players in this league of almost 700 that have played every game for their team this year. So every team's fought injury.
I wonder how many of those are from block shots, too. You know, it's, of course, it's the way that everybody tries to defend in today's game, but, man, it just seems like every week the list grows and grows with all the guys with foot injuries and broken bones and hand injuries and so on from all the block shots.
The team that has had the most players play every game is Chicago. They only have 8 players who have been able to play in every game.
15 years ago, that's unheard of, isn't it?
Yeah, you used to be able to look down the rosters at the start of a game and you'd see 15 guys that had played in every game.
Right.
Now you compound that with the fact that last year was the lockout. 2 years ago was the lockout. You're playing into July almost, so you've got a couple of years of asking a lot of your players, oh, and I forgot to throw in the Russian Olympics.
TJ Brody did a good job battling in the corner and then sent the puck all the way down the ice. Martin Marincin, little miscommunication there, and Calgary's got the puck. Rizgalov slid right through the crease to the other side. You take it, I got it. And that almost ended up in the back of the net. David Jones scooped the puck to the side of the goal. Laddie Schmid can't hold the puck into the blue line. The Flames regroup. Camilleri wanted the puck going through the middle. It's a shoot in. Camilleri's after Marincin. Jeff Petrie up the board. Schmid pitched in. Now he's got to get back. Ryan Smith moved the puck. Weidman got a good hit in on Matt Hendricks as the puck was dumped in. Smith against Camilleri. Wrap-around attempt on the back end is stopped by Reto Berra. Board battle that's won by the Flames, and they get the puck out, and Camilleri's dead tired. He's finally going to get a change. Benches are at each other.
Well, that's what I've noticed, Jim. It's not as fast a period as the first, but it's almost more intense and more physical and a lot more puck battles in this period.
Matt Hendricks and Ladislav Schmid were at each other on the benches. And Glenn, you weren't quite quick enough with your view.
I couldn't get back fast enough, and my apologies. That being said, Schmid's one of those guys you think you come back and you're friendly with your team. Not so much. He loves to lay the body on guys, and there's been battles between Schmid and the team he used to play with.
Good.
It's the opposite in warm-up with the ex-Leafs that got together, Fraser, Scrivens, Colburn. Oh, they were a chatty bunch. Reliving their Marley days, I guess.
Here's Chris Butler for Calgary. Backhander to TJ Cagliari. He's got Hooker falling in behind him. Backlund's coming up late. So is Chris Russell. Passes off, and fanning at the side of the net was Hoodler. Wow, did Russell ever appear out of nowhere? He could fly. Here's Stajan. On the other side, he gave the puck away. Taylor Hall up the middle. Giordano knocks the puck away from him. Eberle follows, spins around off the boards. Nugent Hopkins in for Hall. Eberle back with them for a shift here as the puck is bounced by Giordano off the glass. Where did he calmly look after that play against Taylor Hall?
What a read. Glenn talked about how smart he is on the ice, and that was just a remarkable play by Giordano.
We think he's exactly what Edmonton needs. Wow. Top defenseman who can play 30 minutes. There's Camilleri with a shot. And the rebound is right there off of Chris Galoff. He's left a couple of juicy ones up front. Back to the blue line. Here's Giordano again. On the other side, T.J. Brody. Matt Stajan jumps in off the blue line. The pass to David Jones. He got hit and knocked down and very uncomfortably gets back up. I think Andrew Ferentz got it. There's some nastiness in this game. Stajan. Camilleri. Colbert just off the bench. Taken out by Andrew Ferentz. Colbert stays in this battle. Sam Gagner back to help his defense. The Flames get the puck. Stajan. The Weidman had come to the front of the net. He stays in deep. Stajan. Colbert fighting for territory. The pass came back towards the blue line, intended for Granlund, but it was deflected out down the ice, and the Oilers badly needed change here.
Weidman was wide open, wasn't he?
Joe Colbert. Marcus Granlund trying to tip the puck in, and it's tipped over the glass. Another play. Ilya Brizgalov has had a little miscommunication with his defenseman, looking to slide through, leaving it. Calgary have been better. Let's look at half plays. Could get the full, and Sean Monahan scored it. Fletch.
Yeah, the young guys for Calgary have been better. Let's look at how the goal was scored. A puck battle.
Scored it. Fletch.
Yeah, the young guys for Calgary have been better. Let's look at how the goal was scored. A puck battle won by a young guy, Colbert, on the boards over Hall. Then a turnover. Rinson turns it over. Now, Monahan should have scored here. Doesn't score here. There's another puck battle. That is won by Colbert. And then, obviously, the puck battle.
Tip the puck in, and it's tipped over the glass. Another play. Ilya Brizgalov has had a little miscommunication with his defenseman, looking to slide through, leaving it wide open. And the Flames couldn't get the puck. Welcome back to Hockey Night in Canada, and the game that has but one goal, and Sean Monahan scored it. Fletch.
Yeah, the young guys for Calgary have been better. Let's look at how the goal was scored. A puck battle won by a young guy, Colbert, on the boards over Hall. Then a turnover. Rinson turns it over. Now, Monahan should have scored here. Doesn't score here. There's another puck battle. That is won by Colbert. And then, obviously, the puck watching, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins loses net, and Monahan seals the deal. The big guys for the Oilers, Nugent-Hopkins, Everly, Hall, only 3 shots for the group, none for Nugent-Hopkins. It has to change for the Oilers if this game is going to change.
Here's Monahan again, and he's in the attacking zone. Granlund in front, and Jeff Petrie tipped the puck away from him. Everly went down hard into the boards. Gets up and trying to get back into the play. Petrie's leading the rush. 2 defensemen are. Marinson took the shot, but is stopped. Nick Schultz. His shot is tipped off the glass by Nugent-Hopkins, and the puck is cleared to center. P.J. Cagliardi at center. Almost stripped of the puck. Now it's taken away. Here comes Hemsky, and he couldn't get the shot. Hemsky again. Nugent-Hopkins to the front of the net. Hall's at the side of it. Nick Schultz to Justin Schultz. There's a tip just wide by Nugent-Hopkins. T.J. Brody's wrapped up. The Flames get out there 3-on-2 because Giordano jumped up on the play. Feeds the puck into the middle. Oh, if he'd only left that, Hoodler didn't realize that Cagliardi was in a better shooting position behind him. Checked by Butler. Andrew Ferentz. Couldn't hold the puck in for long. Cagliardi got it out. Art Fraser. Hard up to center. Tipped in by Hendricks. Wentz is on the puck up against Chris Russell. And Red O'Bara decides to stop this battle. 1-0. Flames continue to lead the Oilers on Hockey Night in Canada. The Battle of Alberta on CBC. 19-year-old Sean Monahan, Kelly, not a bad first season, 17 goals already.
And it's funny, first started training camp, people talking about it the first couple days, and I'm like, hey, let's not get carried away. 19, like you said, boys, he had a season getting close to Dion Smith's 20 and Jerome McGinley's 21 goals. So just continues to get better. And not only that, the scoring, but he's so good in his own zone, and he really wants to learn. And Bob Hartley and the staff say how easy it is to work with him. You only have to tell him something once or twice, and he gets it.
Calgary rebuild is looking a little better than it did earlier, partly because they look like they'll be okay at center ice with Monahan and Backlund, and they re-signed Stajan, and who knows about Marcus Granlund. He might be
Absolutely.
a player. He can play center ice. And they have some stability on the blue line, too.
Absolutely. Well, Chris Russell, interested to see what the ice time will be after 2 periods. He led all skaters in the first with 8:24 and all even strength time as well.
He's another one of those rare guys in the league who can skate all night. Doesn't look like he gets tired.
I agree. Former Medicine Hat Tiger, I always bring that up, considering I played a few years there. Glenn Healy, I know, couldn't have made the Tigers.
Here's Ryan Smith with a shot. On his knees, but still a big man covering up his barrel.
Couldn't have made the Tigers.
On his... Here's Ryan Smith with a shot.
He led the Tigers.
Official with
Hardly. I think Clint Millard, certainty in that position concerning the work he's done with the goaltenders, and a lot of uncertainty in that position concerning the first year without the legend Mika Kiprusoff.
The boards with Ryan Smith protecting the puck. Now Luke Gastic. Oops, no stick. Fourth line shift, but nothing getting to the net. Good hit off the blue line with Jeff Petrie on Marcus Granlund. And the Flames are finally going to get out of their own zone, but this line will be tired before they get to go on the attack. Turned back again. Here's Ryan Smith has Jones with him. Smith shoots. Blocked by Schneed. That hurt him. But he took one for his team. Mark Marinson takes a shot. That's blocked before it got to the net. Joe Colbert stripped to the puck at the blue line, and Granlund helps him out by getting the puck to center. But a hand pass. No, there's a penalty behind the play on a slash.
Well, one thing about the Calgary Flames, they are going to sacrifice themselves. Here's a good example by Schmid. But they're also, as you mentioned, Huey, they're not going to be outworked. And you watch this forecheck by Jones. That's a 200-foot forecheck. It's like everything in the tank. He emptied it out on that shift. When Brian Burke first took over Calgary Flames job, the first thing he said to the players was, the coach is going nowhere.
And here's the slashing penalty on Ryan Jones as the play came up the ice. That's it?
We got him in the back of the pants.
He was giving him an attaboy.
Made a big noise in that shift. When Brian Burke first took over Calgary Flames job, the first thing he said to the players was, the coach is going nowhere. Calgary Flames job, the first thing he said to the players was, the coach is going nowhere.
And here's the slashing penalty on Ryan Jones as the play came up the ice. That's it?
We got him in the back of the pants.
He was giving him an attaboy.
Made a big noise.
Can't believe, Heels, you let me get away with that Medicine Hat Tigers comment this long.
The mute button was pushed because I just couldn't have another thing go through. Once again, Schmid was at it with the entire Oilers team.
Calgary on his first power play of the game. They too have just one man back at the point. There's a shot by Giordano. Rebound. Hudler couldn't get it by Nick Schultz, who blocked it. Don't think he was looking at it, but he blocked it. Chris Russell, Giordano out of this power play. Mark Giordano stays up in the attacking blue line. David Jones, Michael Backlund, Yuri Hudler. Hudler carries the puck into the attacking zone. Can't get by Andrew Ferentz. Calgary bounce gets them the puck back. Giordano, Hudler, Jones in the slot. The pass got to him. Russell with a quick shot. What a save by Brizgalov, quickly kicking out his right leg. And there's a penalty coming up on the play. Backlund down on the ice. Net is knocked off, and it'll be an Edmonton power penalty that will send Andrew Ferentz off, and it'll be a 1 minute and 4 second 5-on-3 for Calgary.
Well, Michael Backlund stayed down for a significant amount of time. And then he just talked to the side of the net. Backlund, he went after Ferentz with a cross-check. Now here was a great block by Nick Schultz on a slow reacting play by Brizgalov, and Schultz was able to quickly get over and take away that open net shot that Hudler had.
Well, here's a pivotal point in the game with $1:20 to go in this second period.
Selfish penalty is what it is. Get a little hissy fit, a little bit of contact in front of the net. This is the hockey game for your team.
They had 1-0 Calgary with a 5-on-3, and now they're closing in. Giordano, one-timer, that's blocked before it got through. And the puck is cleared out to center ice. Boyd Gordon. And Matt Hendricks out killing the penalty along with Jeff Petrie.
Matt Hendricks with a good shot block right there. He's trying to shake it off. Not sure if that hit him in the glove and hand. It looked as though that's how he reacted.
Most teams would use two defenders. Right.
Matt Hendricks with a good shot block right there. He's trying to shake it off. Not sure if that hit him in the glove and hand. It looked as though that's how he reacted.
Most teams would use two defense and one forward. It's a unique look with two forwards and one defense.
These are two hard-working, shot-blocking forwards. Mark Giordano. Backlund goes to the front of the net. Hudler's open over on the left side. Chris Russell takes the puck. Camilleri hovering around. Bentley is just about Hudler to the point. Giordano's one-timer. Camilleri. Period begins. By Hendricks.
Well, that's what you talked about, Jim. You're not surprised, I'm sure.
And they come again. Nugent Hopkins has come on here for Boyd Gordon. Russell, quick shot by Camilleri, and he missed the net. One penalty is just might get a rush. Have to get out of its back on. And in the last 14 seconds of the period, it's a 5-on-4 for Calgary now. They might get a rush if they get out in a hurry. Giordano from Boyd Gordon scores.
Shutout, and it's tied the game at 1.
And Matt Hendricks out killing the penalty along with Jeff Petrie.
Matt Hendricks with a good shot block right there. He's trying to shake it off. Not sure if that hit him in the glove and hand. It looked as though that's how he reacted.
Most teams would use two defense and one forward.
Trying to shake it off. Not sure if that hit him in the glove and hand. It looked as though that's how he reacted.
Most teams would use hand. It looked as though
trying to shake it. Sure.
Others will have, all they can do is get the puck inside the line and the period will come to an end. All they can do is get the puck inside the line and the period will come to an end.
0% penalty score.
Half a minute to kill in the penalty when the third period begins. Calgary's ahead 1-0 scoreboard Saturday around the National Hockey League. Third period up on Hockey Night in Canada on CBC from Edmonton.
First sign the Oilers' rebuild continues comes on Monday between 104th and 102nd Streets here in Edmonton as construction on the new arena begins with shovels in the ground. It'll be called Rogers Place. It'll take 2.5 years to finish the $480 million building, and the Oilers expect to be in it to start the 2016-17 season. As Scoop Healy reported earlier on the Hot Stove tonight, Rogers Place may end up with the capacity to display the scores on the roof of the building in the spectacular way the Bolshoi did at the Olympics in Sochi. Rogers Place will be the centerpiece of $2 billion worth of developments that'll change Edmonton's downtown. The city's booming, and now the team needs to have its rebuild start paying off. Jim.
So I'm told there'll be 600 truckloads of dirt a day coming out of that site. The part that is amazing to me, Kelly, is that they can get a shovel in the ground in this weather.
Well, go ahead and tell Canadians how cold it is here then.
It's minus 30 degrees. What's wrong with this picture? We just spent 2 weeks in Russia in the middle of the winter and I got a sunburn. And now I'm back in Canada in March and it's minus 30. But it's a dry cold.
And we're going to snow in Vancouver tomorrow.
Yeah. And they're going to get a shovel in the ground somehow in Edmonton on Monday.
Edmonton needs a puck in the net. They don't need a shovel in the ground.
151-04 is the time of the shutout streak against the Oilers right now. They haven't scored a goal in 22 days. And that's hard to believe. They're just not getting many shots. That first line has 2 shots on goal. The second line has 3 shots on goal.
Let's watch Rita Barrow. Watch him a lot this year, and he's played really well, but he has a tendency to give up game-time goals in the third. I don't want to jinx him, only 15 seconds in the third, but when you're a National Hockey League goaltender, you take a lot of credit in protecting leads. So let's see if that's a part of the game that he can add to his resume.
Oilers have now been tied or behind entering the third period in 48 of their games. Late power play as Giordano fires a shot. Brizgalov the save and the loose puck eluded. Michael Backlund in front of the goal. Power play is now over. There was a 5-on-3 there. Real chance for Calgary to put this game away, and they were unable to do it. There's an icing call against Edmonton.
Take a look at Barrett's work in the first 2 periods. Awfully impressive, and he uses that big body extremely well. 6'5", shows good mobility. And so you can't question many of his efforts. They're usually first-class efforts. You just got to find a way to close out the deal.
I think Calgary's set and goal, or they look at
I think they're still trying to decide what they have right now.
back up tonight. Yoni Ortio, he got his first start in their last game, a loss to Los Angeles.
Played well, though. Here's the thing, though, guys. When you are using 5 goaltenders in your system, like Edmonton, and 4 for Calgary, that's 9 for the 2 teams, you got a problem in that.
Tells me it's unsettled. TJ Brody gliding back to the puck. Here's Joe Coleman. Camilleri into the middle, Stajan had 4 Oilers around him. Nugent Hopkins gets the puck for the Oilers. Taylor Hall with it. Hemsky's coming up late. Calgary breaks the play up and out to center they come. David Jones from Matt Station drives in, got a shot off the wing, to the side by Brizgalov. Camilleri will go after the puck here, pushed to the ice by Mark Fraser, and he's lucky there's no penalty call there. Taylor Hall has some time. Calgary's changing. Jordan Eberle lost the puck at center. Mark Giordano dumped it in. Giordano's going to take good back. So is Chris Russell. Through the middle, David Perron. His pass was behind Ferentz, but he gets it back. And now he'll chase it. Play the puck back to the blue line. He played it right by his defender, Mark Lorenzen. Jeff Petrie. There were only 8 shots on goal in the second period of this game, 5 by Edmonton. Here's Sam Gagner. Lorenzen followed the play to the net. Now he's got to get back defensively. 1 man back, that's Petrie. Here comes Cagliardi to the front of the net. That went right off the goaltender. Brizgalov was intended as a pass for Backlund. Backlund again, Cagliardi and Hoodler. Gary Hoodler steered to the outside. Throws the puck in front, tipped wide of the net by TJ Cagliardi. Cycles back for Backlund. Watched by the center, Sam Gagner. Backlund protected the puck, and off the blue line came Speed. David Jones comes off the bench to the front of the goal. That went off a skate. Jordan Eberle gets the puck, and the Oilers finally get out after spending a while in their own zone. They need a change. Calgary trying to take advantage. Boma, second chance, stopped by Brizgalov. David Jones up the boards, got the puck to the blue line. Chris Russell got away from Gazdic with a nice move. Moves in and shoots. Brizgalov made himself big. Gazdic gets the puck off the boards to Ryan Jones with Ryan Smith. And that's just offside. Let's have a look at our Hockey Night Close-Up, brought to you by Subway Restaurants. What do you got, Glenn?
I have not the Edmonton youth. No, I've got the Calgary youth. And it is the young guys that are getting it done for Calgary.
Colburn, a couple one-puck battles. He set up the goal. Speaking of youth, there's the rookie, 17 on the season. Thanks for coming. And in net. Let's go back to some more youth. Maybe he's a little older because he didn't come over till later, but nonetheless, he's a rookie and he's been perfect tonight. Gave up one goal in the Olympics. He's got a 1.66 goals against Edmonton this year. Not a bad guy in the net.
Red Bear is 27 years old. And again, out of the contract at the end of the season as those young players go just offside for Calgary.
Olympic experience was, say, a pretty positive one for Bear. Able to represent his country. Switzerland played one game versus the Swedes. 1-0 loss though, but he was excellent, and seems to me like he's overcome those that little stretch before the Olympics where I think the travel and everything.
Bear is 27 years old.
0% vertically
At
scored.
the end of the season as those young players go just offside for Calgary.
Olympic experience was, say, a pretty positive one for Bear. Able to represent his country. Switzerland played one game versus the Swedes. 1-0 loss though, but he was excellent, and seems to me like he's overcome those that little stretch before the Olympics where I think the travel and everything is getting to him. But not used to that. I think, like you said, 27 years old. It's not used to that. I think, like you said, 27 years old. It's a learning process to play National Hockey League in the grind.
Every minor hockey coach should get a tape of the team that played in front of him in Switzerland for a way to play a game with everybody involved at a high pace.
Well, didn't the Russians try that? Get everybody involved, Glenn? You love that, didn't you?
I just had my intervention. I'm over it now, and you bring it up again. That Russian team. Well, I really liked our flight back though, Kelly. We came back with a bunch of the Russians and the Finns. Finns were wearing their medals on flight, and the Russians were not happy. Who invited this team to our chartered flight?
Oilers winding up in their own zone here, trailing 1-0. Oilers winding up in their own zone here, trailing 1-0. Times at home, and behind 1-0 in the third period of this Jordan Evelyn. Sam Gagne feeds the puck to the net. Berra covers up quickly after making the save.
Trying to put him
Be a number
As to whether
David, I wonder if anybody like Calgary, where he used to play for the Hitmen, could pry Martin Jones away from Los Angeles.
That'd be pretty tough. I think Kings really liked the way that Jones developed. 3 years in Manchester.
Nevsky to the net, stopped by Berra. There's a Oiler chance, but he's not going to play behind Jonathan Quick, so he might be valuable as Yuri Hudler comes in after the Oiler chance. Gagliardi in front, kicked the puck to his stick and couldn't get the shot away.
Where's the puck?
Chris Russell was in deep once again and threw a hit in the corner. Hudler out front, Gagliardi's shot is blocked before it got through. Andrew Ferentz got it. Art Giordano back to the attack, fires a shot. Chris Galloff fought it off and then decides he better cover up.
Well, best two chances for the Edmonton Oilers, in my mind, this game had been by the same guy. The guy that they may trade, Alex Hemsky, had a great one in the first period on the left side of the goalie and another great one on Berra on the right side. Both times, no luck.
So smooth, huh? When he gets that puck in full flight, and that play kicked it up from his skate to his stick, and it looked just a thing of beauty when he's in full flight like that.
Flames again. Giordano has had a strong game, shot the puck and it went just wide of the goal. TJ Brody spins away from Uensu. Hard pass up the middle, too hot to handle for Boma. Go in and put his work boots on and get after it, try and get the puck back. Penalty coming up, it's against Edmonton. Goaltender's out for the extra attacker. Camilleri gave the puck up to Martin Aronson as Gordon is knocked down to the side of the net. And Jeff Petrie's going off. Calgary to the power play, trying to put this game away on Hockey Night. Calgary Flames to the power play. They're ahead tonight, Glenn, because they've worked hard.
And here's a good example. This should be icing, except Puma decides to the left of your screen. He's going to work harder than Petrie to get to the puck. No icing. Now there's a penalty, and with 13:35 left to go, this to the left. Here's a good example. This should be icing, except Puma decides to the left of your screen. He's going to work harder than Petrie to get to the puck. No icing. And here's a good example. This should be icing, except Puma decides to the left of your screen. He's going to work harder than Petrie to get to the puck. No icing. Now there's a penalty, and with 13:35 left to go, no icing. Now there's a penalty, and with 13:35 left to get to the puck. No icing. Now there's a penalty, and with 13:35 left to go, this game could be over. He's going to work harder than Petrie to get to the puck. No icing. Now there's a penalty.
And Jeff Petrie this game away. Knocked down to the side of the net. And Jeff Petrie's going off. Calgary.
Jeff Petrie. Power play goal.
The power play.
6 seconds in the power play.
Trying to put this
2-1 Oilers.
game away on
Puma decides to the left of your screen. He's going to work harder than Petrie to get to the puck. No icing. Now there's a penalty. And with 13:35 left to go, this thing to the left of your screen. He's going to work harder than Petrie to get to the puck. No icing. Now there's a penalty. And with 13:35 to get to the puck. No icing. Now there's a penalty. And with 13:35 left to go, this game could be over. I just haven't seen it. The puck. No icing. Now there's a penalty. And with 13:35 left to go, this game could be over. I just haven't seen it on the Oilers. I mean, their big boys have not dominated the game. They've not been able to
They're ahead tonight, Glenn, because they've worked harder.
And here's a good example. This should be icing, except Puma decides to the left of your screen. He's going to work harder than Petrie to get to the puck. No icing.
Harder.
Now there's a penalty, and with 13:35 left to go, this game could be over. I just haven't seen it on the Oilers. Their big boys have not dominated the game. They've not shown up in a big way. No disrespect. You're playing the Calgary Flames. That's a team you can dominate with your skill. It's will that's beating skill.
Especially here in this third period. It's happening. And it just so can they seal the deal on the power play here? They couldn't with a 5-on-3 at the end of the sixth. Giordano across ice to Chris Russell. Old man back at the blue line. Is Giordano, the captain of the Flames, and he'll get the puck again. Fires a shot, and he missed the net. Yuri Hudler missed the puck. And out to center comes Matt Hendricks. He goes for a skate. He's got Ryan Smith with him. And he snaps a shot on Reto Berra, forces a face-off in Edmonton's attacking zone.
Sure helps when you're a big goaltender. I said Berra's 6'5". This Hendricks shot changed direction. It hits Chris Russell, but he's just so big. Or no, it bounced. It was a weird shot. Yeah, sure what happened with that, but just the size of Berra right there just takes up so much in that, especially from that angle.
Smart play, a 30-second shift. Hendricks knows that if he misses the net, he's going to have to get back and defend. You make sure you hit the net, and you'll...
Berra's 6'5", and
Hendricks, he goes, forces a face-off
0%
in Edmonton's attacking zone.
Sure helps when you're a big goaltender. I said Berra's 6'5". This Hendricks shot changed direction. It hits Chris Russell, but he's just so big. Or no, it bounced. It was a weird shot. Yeah, sure what happened with that, but just the size of Berra right there just takes up so much in that, especially from that angle.
Smart play, a 30-second shift. Hendricks knows that if he misses the net, he's going to have to get back and defend. You make sure you hit the net, and you'll live with a face.
Larry in on the power play. Weidman can't make the puck settle down. Can't get a hold of it. Nugent Hopkins does, and he clears it. And now he'll chase after TJ Brody. Brody tripped up on his own. Nugent Hopkins can't get a hold of the puck. Sean Monahan does. And Calgary's coming out of the power play, but Camilleri left the puck behind. A shoot it this time by Brody. Hendricks is back on. Off the boards. Marcus Granlund getting some power play time. 20-year-old in his second NHL game. Camilleri to the blue line. There's a hot shot by Wyman that's deflected just into the corner. Camilleri walks out front. Can't get the shot away. The puck drifted off his stick. And Brizgalov covers up.
Boy, Granlund sure looks like his brother, doesn't he? Shifty little player and competing hard for pucks. And, you know, we talked earlier about what his teammates say about him. It's going to be really fun. He said he's only in his second game, but from all accounts, this kid's going to be a player, and he doesn't give up on puck battles either.
So what we're finding through this season is that the cupboard isn't.
This kid's going to be really fun. He said he's only in his second game, but from all accounts, this kid's going to be a player, and he doesn't give up on puck battles either.
So what we're finding through this season is that the cupboard isn't completely bare in Calgary.
Right.
Backlund looks like he's going to be a solid pro, and he's out on the ice. Number 11, and the play is stopped. This was an offside call. The puck got out of the blue line.
It's real noticeable, the difference. Hey, Jim, between the two teams right now, Edmonton's on their heels, and they're not skating as well. Calgary just out competing the Edmonton Oilers, as Glenn said 2 minutes ago.
Defending well, attacking, and working harder to get loose pucks back. The Oilers are having a decent penalty kill here, and they need it for another 25 seconds. Hoover tried a centering pass, and knocked down to the side of the net. Hoover out front, Giordano off the outside of the post. Boy, he's had some great chances on the power play. That was a hard shot off the outside of the post. He was all alone, too. Ryan Smith gets back and steals the puck. Up the middle of Sam Gagner. Petrie's penalty has now expired. The Oilers are back at 5-on-5. Pair of shots in the goal post for Calgary in that power play. Fraser. David Perron's shot deflected wide of the net. Now the Oilers really need to get playing. Down 1-0 on home ice. Centering pass, Eberle up high. He hasn't had many chances in the game, but he just missed that one on a setup by David Perron. And now an icing call against Calgary. Maybe the Flames or the Oilers will get some momentum from a good penalty kill. But this line has been pretty quiet tonight, but Jordan Eberle had a great chance.
Well, the Oilers get a break here because Camilleri works hard in this, freeing up the puck. It's going to come right to the slot, and that hits the post off Giordano.
Now, if the Oilers are going to be aggressive killing penalties, and they are there, you have to win puck battles. They lost 2 puck battles, and they nearly lost, well, a bit of face-off at center, because 2 more inches, that's in the back of the net. It's a pretty good spot to shoot from.
But they got by unscathed, and they have a chance to win this hockey game if they get going pretty soon. Another icing call against Calgary.
A smart play by Dallas Eakins. Now they get their an icing tired line out for Calgary, and that's probably going to be maybe a timeout here.
That's what I'm thinking too, Glenn, that it's a perfect opportunity right here. Hartley's been excellent managing the timeouts and his players here, so it looks as though he's pretty comfortable with what they have right now.
So don't take a timeout, just confuse everybody by having all sorts of guys come to the bench and then have to go back off the bench and buy yourself a 40-second timeout. So no official timeout, but they bought a little time for those on the ice to catch their breath. Russell to center. Lorenzen check there, and the puck was batted ahead, so a hand pass stops play.
No.
Dave Hodge garage sale.
Always wanted one of those.
I've got one.
Do you?
Oh yeah, it's in cold storage, so nothing goes wrong with it. Kids wear it at Halloween. DJ Cagliari in center. Advances the puck.
Slider at 1 hour, 18 minutes, 50 seconds
reasons
of
you're
1 hour,
mentioning the Canadian
43.
team in their short shifts, they kept the tempo of the game up. I think it's part of the reason that people got frustrated that they didn't score enough, because they sacrificed a lot of us to get off the ice and turn it over to the next line.
It's brilliant to see how unselfish the best players in the world can become if they believe in the system, they believe in their teammates. That was a thing of beauty. Nobody put themselves in an extended shift position.
And it should be an example for any team in the NHL. There's brilliant teams that kept the short and keep the tempo of the game way up. By extending the shift, sometimes you put yourself in more trouble when you're just trying to stay and get a goal. Here's David Perron with a shot. He scores! And the reason that you were mentioning the Canadian team and their short shifts, they kept the tempo of the game up. I think it's part of the reason that people got frustrated that they didn't score enough, because they sacrificed some offense to get off the ice and turn it over to the next line.
It's brilliant to see how unselfish the best players in the world can become if they believe in the system, they believe in their teammates. That was a thing of beauty. Nobody put themselves in an extended,
because they sacrificed some offense to get off the ice and turn it over to the next line.
It's brilliant to see how unselfish the best players in the world can become if they believe in the system, they believe in their teammates. That was a thing of beauty. Nobody put themselves in an extended shift position. Unselfish the best players in the world can become if they believe in the system, they believe in their teammates. That was a thing of beauty. Nobody put themselves in an extended shift position.
And it should be an example for any team in the NHL. You can keep your shift short and keep the tempo of the game way up. By extending the shift, sometimes you put yourself in more trouble when you're just trying to stay and get a goal. Here's David Perron with a shot. Untied, a couple of good shifts. David Jones in a battle with Jeff Petrie, and it's a good one. Perron gets the puck. He'll delay while his line mates change. He shoots the puck in so he can get off. In comes Ryan Jones, and he missed the puck as he looked up. To center, Michael Backlund takes a shot, and right in the midsection, Ilya Brizgalov. Some life in the building. It's warming up here. Oilers won, Flames won on Hockey Night in Canada. So after almost a month, Flames won on Hockey Night in Canada. So after almost 160 minutes without scoring a goal, the Oilers finally get one, and David Perron was a likely guy to get it, Glenn.
Well, you could see it coming. A couple icings, all of a sudden you get some momentum going to Edmonton's way, and then you get a puck battle. Puck battle here, you get inexperience on the wall in Coburn. Perron feels the player off to his right shoulder, and instead of taking the long route, that little look there, thanks very much, and I'm making my way to the front of the net. Edmonton have two lines that can score. Eberle and Perron, they're one of the lines that have finally shown up to the party. Nothing yet from Nugent Hopkins or Hall.
But a tie game and an opportunity to be a hero. Goaltender's down. He got knocked over by Dennis Weidman. Bear and Weidman collided. You don't have to pay for it because Backlund got the puck out. P.J. Brodie jumps off the bench as Weidman comes off. Brodie delayed as the Oilers are set up in the neutral zone. Big Schultz. Yuri Hudler gets after the puck. Checked along the boards and the puck comes loose. The Oilers have it. Out to center. Jesse Oensu. Gains the attacking line. Dumps the puck in for Ryan Smith to go after. Luke Gaston looks around. Sees he can just keep the puck in, but it's knocked down. TJ Cagliardi out to center. His pass missed. Trying to find Marcus Granlund. Ryan Smith, Jones, and Gaston. Gaston for some good hustle to get the puck before T.J. Brodie. Ryan Smith twisting and turning, trying to get away from Sean Monahan. Jones takes over. Andrew Ferentz throws the puck towards the net. Knocked down. Brodie's got it. He claims out to center. Granlund advances the puck. Jones turns in his own zone. He's going to try and skate away here. Can't get away from Paul Byron. Nugent Hopkins comes on with Hemsky and Taylor Hall. Nugent Hopkins advances the puck. Here's Hemsky again. Snaps a shot wide. Hall after the puck. Cycles it back for Hemsky. Works his way out front, tied a pass, the puck bounced to Barrow. Where is it? He can't find it. It's underneath him. And he was looking around as though he had no idea where the puck was. It deflected on that wraparound and pass attempt. Just about got in. Hemsky with the strong move right there. Good puck protection. Looking around. P.J. Cagliardi forechecking Yuri Hudler with it. Michael Backlund kicks back to the blue line. Brodie with a shot and a blocker saved by Brizgalov. Jordan Eberle. Behind the that scored the goal. Eberle on the ice right now with Sam Gagner. Gary Woodler back to the blue line. Brody fakes the shot on the other side. Giordano shoots up high, missed the net. Woodler tipped the puck into the corner. Back for Woodler. Intercepted by Perron. The Oilers will get out. Eberle to Perron. Dumps the puck in. They'll peel off and have a short shift here. Gagner, the only forechecker. Hall, Nugent Hopkins, and Hemsky, after a short rest, are going to come right back on here. Dallas Eakins will probably play those top two lines a lot here in the last 6 minutes of this third period. Marcus Granlund and Chris Russell, his shot was blocked. Here's a chance for Hall. Sent away along the wing. He'll have to chase the puck, and Berra's out to play it. Bumped by Hall. Puck's kept in by Nugent Hopkins. Hall overskated it. Monahan back in support of his defense. In off the blue line comes Nick Schultz to make sure the puck stays in. Hall backs him up at the blue line. Gets the puck. Now he just takes his shot that's blocked in front by Button. Nugent Hopkins to Hemsky. From behind the net, Nugent Hopkins turned and he's stopped by Berra, who's down again and stops play. There's some life in the Oilers after the goal by Perron. They've had one of their best stretches of the game since.
Which would lead, they call him the perfect. Going to take Scott after hours, although extra time is a possibility. But nonetheless, I would suggest we have the perfect guest tonight for some intelligent discussion, which would leave him to do most of the talking. I'm talking about Ivy League educated Ben Scrivens. They call him the professor. Eclectic is one way to describe him. Got a ton of tweets for him. Here's a sample of one from a guy named Mike Robinson. He says that at Scrivens_30 is going to take Scott and Kelly to school. Hashtag Professor Jim.
We'll look forward to hearing that then.
Me too. Yeah, it wouldn't be very hard to take those two to school. Finally, after 40 minutes. Tigers.
Yeah, exactly.
Great job on getting great time.
The pace of this game has really picked up since David Perron scored. It was like this in the first period. It was a sleepy second. And now it's cooking along here in the third period. Andrew Ferentz took Matt Stajan down. Got Camilleri in the bargain as well. Now Ferentz shovels the puck to Hall. He knocked it out of the air. The play's offside as the Oilers try and cross the blue line.
Take a look at that big hit. Andrew Ferentz recognized an opportunity to step on Matt Stajan, so there it is. Stajan had his head down, looked at that point, had no idea that Ferentz was coming in at that point, and Stajan not very happy after that.
This has become a two-line game for the Edmonton Oilers.
Yep. Here they are with Gagner, Perron.
An opportunity to step on Matt Stajan, so there it is. Stajan had his head down, looked at that point, had no idea that Ferentz was coming in at that point, and Stajan not very happy after that.
This has become a two-line game for the Edmonton Oilers.
Yep. Here they are with Gagner, Perron, and Eberle. And we'll see if they come right back again to the Nugent Hopkins line. Yuri Hudler, Gagliardi, and Backlund in for Calgary. Michael Backlund watched by Jeff Petrie. Read perfectly by David Perron, who intercepted the cycle in the corner. A fortunate bounce at center. Here's Gagner waiting for Eberle to come with him. He shoots. That was blocked by Russell before it got through. Eberle gets to the puck first for David Perron. He's got Gagner in front. Can get him the puck in time. Put the puck towards the net. Another block for Chris Russell. Perron went down and took Gagliardi with him. Through the middle comes Michael Backlund. Wide on Marinson. Gagner back in support. Gave the puck away. A centering pass. Hudler tried to find Paul Byron in front. Ladislav Schmid can't get the puck in deep. Monahan will kick it back to him, and he's in a little trouble. Advance the puck. Boyd Gordon gets it. Petrie to Marinson. Wink wide, Yuensu. They go with the third line, so they break up the routine of the top two lines. To Marinson. In a little trouble. Advance the puck. Boyd Gordon gets it. Petrie to Marinson.
0% vertically scroll.
Wink wide, Yuensu. They go with the third line, so they break up.
Scores!
vertically scored.
It's 3-1.
Top two lines going back here. David Perron gave them so much energy with that shift. They had the one chance by Everly just before that he shot wide. So that seems to have sparked him. They
0%
chance now
vertically
crashing
scored.
the net a little bit more on Rita Berra.
Gordon, Hendricks, and Ryan Smith.
NHL March 01/2014 Calgary Flames Edmonton Oilers CBC YouTube audio playing tab item complimentary YouTube video player
Together on this shift, so Smith gets bumped up. Ryan Smith. Together on this shift, so Smith, Gordon, Hendricks, and Ryan Smith. Together on this shift, so Smith gets bumped up. Get a little more action. He can get to the goaltender.
I think this is just
Together on this shift, so Smith gets bumped up. Get a little more action. He can get to the goaltender.
I think this is just what they call clock killers. Take away a few minutes
goal scored.
until you get some guys on and get some hands and score.
0% vertically scored.
There's an icing call against Calgary, so they won't be able to change, and that'll bring that Nugent Hopkins line over the boards immediately. Didn't waste any time for a face-off in the attacking zone.
And look out for Alex Hemsky. He's been dangerous the last 10 minutes, especially from behind the net, protecting the puck and coming out front.
He said Schultz out on the blue line. Edmonton's had quite an advantage all night in the face-offs, and Nugent Hopkins will face off against Matt Stajan, who's on his forehand. Nugent Hopkins got it back. Hemsky up high, missed the net. And he pounces on the puck again. Taylor Hall. Nugent Hopkins goes to the front of the goal. The pass comes back to Justin Schultz, to Nick Schultz on the other side. He shoots intentionally wide. Taylor Hall gets a hold of the puck. Breaking up that pass along the boards was Matt Stajan. Here's David Jones with a shot off the shoulder of Brizgalov, straight up in the air. And there's going to be penalties behind the play.
Here at that happens. Ice to the score. But create. Get it here.
Backlund and Hoodler. Eberle, Nugent Hopkins, the forwards on the ice. Yuri Hoodler. Look at the open ice, and he didn't get the shot. Now he does, and Brizgalov stops him. Well, he made the back blue line in his game.
Let's leave him here. Hoodler? I know.
Probably needed to get a shot off a little quicker there when he first had the opening. David Perron out on the ice. Lorenzen with an offensive foray. And he stays in deep. Sam Gagne. David Perron takes over. Petrie jumps to the front of the net. Good poke check there by Mark Giordano. Another smart play that stopped the Oilers from getting a chance. Just a couple of minutes to go in the third period. 4-on-4. David Perron falling, trying to feed the puck across to Nugent Hopkins. In comes Mike Camilleri.
Complimentary.
For Camilleri as he passes on
0%
from the blue line. Chris
scored.
Russell slap shot just wide of the net. Camilleri tried to pounce on it. Petrie knocked the puck away from him. And back to collect the puck is Chris Butler. Russell on the other side. Camilleri and Stajan up front. It's like having three forwards when Russell's into play. Here's the pass to Stajan. Out of his reach off the boards. Nugent Hopkins. Drop pass. Alex Hemsky steered to the boards. Yuri Hoodler came back on it and play defensively. Justin Schultz on the other side. Nugent Hopkins, bulldogged and knocked down by T.J. Brody. Fans want a penalty there. And the puck comes loose out of that battle. Chris Russell's got it.
0%
Oilers backing off.
scored.
They need to change. Penalties are over. Weidman and Hall back on. 5-on-5. Schultz lifted a stick. Backlund got to the puck, and Ryan Smith.
Very much hot for a rip in.
Scramble on the draw, big time. Boyd Gordon and Backlund. Flames get the puck. Giordano's shot knocked down before it got to the net. And here comes Ryan Smith. Taylor Hall on his own. His mates are changing. On come Hemsky and Nugent Hopkins to join him. Woodler at center. Puck's knocked out of the air. Hand pass will stop the play. Camilleri.
0% 0% vertically scrolled.
Staging Camilleri, David Jones through the neutral zone. That pass hit David Jones in the skate, so Hall dumps it back in. Red Hobert to Chris Russell. Tipped out to center. Andrew Ferris from Justin Schultz. Nice cross-ice pass. Just got away from Hemsky. Couldn't quite control it. And the Flames come back the other way. Here's Camilleri. Cuts in, takes the shot. Block, gets another one. Brizgal off the save. And he hangs on. That's what I point through Alberta on the clock. Oilers get the puck. Smith up. 3.3 on the clock. Oilers get the puck. Smith clears. It's a tipped out to center.
Goal.
Andrew Ferris from Justin Schultz. Nice cross-ice pass. Just got away from Hemsky. Couldn't quite control it. And the Flames come back the other way. Here's Camilleri. Cuts in, takes the shot. Block, gets another one. Brizgal off the save. And he hangs on.
Goals.
To Chris Russell. Tipped out to center. Andrew Ferris from Justin.
Schultz.
Cross-ice pass. Just got away from Hemsky. Game between the...
1 hour 38.
Swap overtime.
1 hour 41 minutes, 9 seconds of 1 hour 43
Alrighty then,
minutes,
in
6
my
seconds.
entire life, I have never seen that.
It's only overtime. Don't worry about it.
I see, that's the Swiss in it. It's got to be precision. Everything's got to be just right. Monahan, he finished it.
Listen to this, 5'7", wins the puck battle behind the Edmonton Oilers net.
1 hour 43
And
minutes.
Glenn, you nailed it about 10 minutes ago, talking about if you're willing to win puck battles, then you're going to have some success in this league. And Sean Monahan has just scored his 18th goal of the season. He's the hero, but in my opinion is Byron behind the net. There he goes. There's going to be the battle.
Goal scored in
With Brinson, steals it.
NHL March 0. 1 hour. 1 hour 42 minutes, 44 seconds of 1 hour,
Heck of a play.
43
Monahan
minutes,
with a
6
heck of a
seconds.
shot. His 18th wins the game for Calgary.